Hey YouTube, Mike here. How we all doing today? I hope we all had a safe and productive a couple of months. All right, I am back and I'm feeling a lot better. The videos that you've been watching, I actually videoed prior to my knee surgery, about say 2 years up until my knee surgery, and those were supposed to be posted while I recuperated. Well, I lost the SD card, and I found it, I don't know, weeks back, months back, and I said, oh, I'll post a few at a time. Well, I ended up having a problem from a surgery that I had back in '06. I had an infection in my pericardium, which is the sac around your heart. What happens, I flew to Florida here when my father-in-law passed away, but I had like a upper respiratory infection, pneumonia, and it incubated into my pericardium. And for like a whole year prior to me coming back, they found they found it. Well, they eventually had to give me like open heart surgery and remove my pericardium. And they said, oh, you're gonna have some problem with the scar, which is right here, when you touch it or if you bump into it. And everything was fine up until a few months ago, when I just wanted to put a gun in my mouth. The nerve damage from here all the way around my back was like somebody was sticking hot needles in me. I couldn't work, I couldn't function. All I could do, if anything, was to go in, sit on a chair and watch my son and son-in-law work. It was just terrible. Well, going to doctors and ice it and put up this rubber band around me. Oh, it'll go away. Like me going into a house and someone says, hey, I got a leak through my ceiling. Oh, just put a bucket underneath it, it'll go away. No doctors could tell me what the hell to do. Like, I was getting so pissed off. But I just kept icing it and kept massaging it, and it still hurts, but I can function at least, and I've been fine. So I'm back. All right, as you can see here on the table, through the weeks and months, I have done quite a Milwaukee haul, and it's actually things that I needed or I saw and I wanted. So we'll quickly go through everything here. Now, some of the stuff I did have, and I had to buy as a second, just because I needed it for another truck. All right, we'll start with, this is that new Milwaukee outlet tester. And basically what it does is it'll test your outlet, but it'll also test your GFI. So it's powered, so you have to turn it on. It'll give you your voltage, 125 volts, and you see it says correct. So that means that your hot, your neutral, and your ground is correct, and it'll give you the voltage. It'll also, if I had a GFI, you push this and it'll trip it, and it'll tell you if your GFI is good. Now, the reason that I needed this is that when I do my tankless heaters, I sometimes put in a plug, and I need to know if my hot, neutral, and ground is correct, because if not, the tankless won't work. When I put the GFI in, I got to make sure that it is operational. Okay, and this was like $39, and it's the 224-20. Everything will be in the description below, so I can actually get rid of this now. I've been playing with this thing. I just brought it back. This thing I've been waiting for. They've had it out. They sent it out for testing, but I've been waiting for this light. It's Milwaukee's little angle light. It has 3 different modes. The front mode. Oh, sorry, I pressed the on-off button. Then it has a back mode. It has both back and front mode. and then it has like a little flashlight mode. But the beauty about this is that each mode is got 2 different levels. It's got a hook so that you can hang it from, say, a pipe. It has a very powerful magnet that'll magnetize the metal. It runs off their, turned it on, sorry. It runs off their standard 3-volt battery. So if you have extra batteries, like it's for like their laser and stuff and other lights, and they have a charger for it, you can actually keep a battery on charge. But it charges with a USB-C to USB. I wish they had you can get a C to C, but it's USB to USB-C instead of that other, that one with the 2 little notches in it. Okay, vacuum. I had to give away my Milwaukee pack-out vacuum to my other truck, and we needed a vacuum for, we have all hardwood throughout the house, so it's just dusting. You know, if we have to do something, it's just a duster. But outside, and here in the garage, if I need to do something quick. So I picked up this 18-volt, and it is the 0882-20 vacuum. And I'll tell you, it is powerful. It's got a locking trigger, so you can leave it on. Canister, take it out with the filter. It comes with a crevice tool. Comes with a hose. You can put your crevice tool on. And then it comes with the wand. You can actually vacuum the floor. Now, with this rubber mat, it sucks the rubber mat, but it's a very powerful vacuum. Very good. We use it to vacuum outside on our deck, because my wife and I, you know, cigar smokers, and the cat, with cat hair. We also use it to pick up in the corner, you know, when we have to do our twice-a-week cleaning, you know, because like I said, we have a cat, and she's older, and she sheds. So, and now she doesn't have to carry that canister around anymore, because we got hardwood. We pretty much got rid of all our vacuums. Okay, this thing. This is the 2356-20. Now, this one we've already bought one. We've already been using it, and okay, I can't use because we got a storage facility. It's very close to us now, and I've been bringing stuff there to get it out of the house, like all my big RC stuff. They were all over the house, all my unused Legos. I brought it there, and then I'm going to bring my Christmas stuff there, my wife's wreath stuff, so we don't have to drive all the way to the shop. All we got to do is drive 1/8 of a mile away, and we have our storage facility. Okay, this is Packout's new 12-volt light. Now, this will fit on top of the toolbox. So the, well, I got a mattress in the way. So it'll fit on top of the red toolbox that my VetaPro is on. It'll fit on top of that. Now, those would carry our tools in. Well, let me get a 12-volt battery. Those would carry our tools in. And we snap that on top of that. Now, my son has one in his truck already. So we snap it on top, and we had to get a tool. It'll open up. Other than that, we have a light. The battery goes in here, and see, it actually goes up. Your battery, which you can actually use, the XC batteries, locks in here. This thing slips down, locks back, and then your light will come up. It'll go in all, it doesn't go 360 degrees, almost, and then there's your light. And you got different modes, so it's 3 modes. And now where we're working, we have our light on top of our toolbox, but also it has a little secret compartment. It'll charge USB and C, and you have little compartments that you can actually see. You can put, it'll cover the USB, but you can put screws and stuff in there, or bits, and now you have drill accessories in this, and it just locks right back on, and it locks into the top of the pack out. So here's, just say, your pack out box, locks right in, actually handle goes right down, and then you can remove it very easily. But we leave it locked on top of our pack out toolbox. All right. I will go with the. I've been waiting to do this damn video so I can get all these boxes off here. Okay, we'll do the this compressor, which is the 284820. We've been using for well over a year. But I wanted one here in my shop, and man, they glued this thing really good. There we go. What we use this for is to charge our gas lines and water lines. It's better than that smaller compressor that they sell. So I wanted one so that if we had, if I have to fill up, say, my wife's tire or my tire, we have one here. So this is their 18-volt compressor. It'll do up to 150 psi. It comes with different adapters. Comes with, you can fill up, like, say, one of those air mattresses, or like a basketball. It's got a very, but it also can be adapted with one of those lock-on chucks that you can actually put it onto a Schrader valve and lock on. I'm not going to go through, I don't have anything to pump up, but this thing is phenomenal. We pump up 80 pounds with our truck tires, and basically what you do, here I can show you, it works pretty much the same as the smaller compressor. So you have your power button. Now it'll go to, everything will go to 0 once you turn your power on. Now they give you a unit of measurement, so we're PSI here. Then you hit your plus, and it will tell you, like, say you want 15 pounds. Let's see, there's nothing pumping it. There's nothing pumping. So it'll show you what your pressure is right here on the bottom number. Okay? Like I said, great compressor. Great compressor. We've used it for well over a year, and it has worked perfectly for us to pump up. We have to put 100 pounds of air pressure into our gas water lines. All right. There's a story about these two. We have to drill through block walls here in St. Augustine with this bit. Well, let's say this bit. This is an 1 1/8 bit. It is a coring bit that can be used dry. And we have to core through block. Now, you could use a rotary hammer with a bit, but we hit rebar. They put rebar extensively through the block. So when we hit that rebar, we have to stop, we have to move over. One job that we did a month or so ago, 4 times we had to move. We went through the first one, beautiful. Second one, beautiful. Third one, rebar. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th went through. So we had 4 more holes before we went through. So I have a core drilling machine, but it 2-inch or 1.3/8 or 1.75 inches. And it's a stand model, so you're not going to put it on a wall. It just takes too long. If you're doing a 4-inch hole, yeah. So we bought these bits. But the machine by Hilti cost like $4,000. And we might do a dozen, 16 a year. But it just didn't warrant Mr. Tool to buy this thing. So the guy that I buy this from, Ernie's Tools, it's a great tool store here in St. Augustine. Family-owned business, real nice guys. They suggested that we use these. Now, the bit's $109. The bit's $109. And you can see it says Ernie's Tools on it. But I'm going to show you what happened with the first thing. So, we had one of these grinders, which is the, what the hell, here it is. It's a 2880-22. We had one of these grinders, but it was so old and so well glued that it was kind of losing, and it wasn't brushless. It wasn't a brushless model. So he said, use a grinder. And I looked and see what was the most powerful grinder that Milwaukee made, and realized that it was the grinder that I had, that we already had in our shop. So we used it for the first time. And what ended up happening, and let me just show you what this thing does, is it's got this, the arbor on it is a 5/8 arbor. So this actually screws onto the grinder. Now, of course, you got to lock the thing in as you're turning it. So let's just say it's all the way in. You put your battery on, you put your side handle. It's really nice. It's anti-vibration. We had, on this other house we're doing, we had 9 holes to drill. So you would put your thing on and you would, and we use one of those water pumpers and we pump water in. We don't want to heat up the bit, even though it's a dry bit. And it also will make a lot of dust. But this stuff, this bit, will eat through rebar. Eat it like it's Pac-Man. Well, we got to this other house and we started our hole. We did our first hole. We did our second hole. We got to the third hole. When we pulled the bit out, that's what we found. We're like, are you kidding me? These were supposed to be really good bits. So we actually got 2 more holes with this bit, and we just had to stop. We didn't have to do the other side. We were doing that in a day or so. So I went back to the tool store, and I said to the guy, hey, what the heck happened? He's like, wow, I've never seen this. I've sold hundreds of these. I go, yeah. I says, I had it on a grinder, and we were grinding away. So he's like, all right, it's under warranty, take another bit. So he gave me this bit. As you can see, it's not used. We go to find out that this grinder spins at 11,000 RPMs. And it's not, you know, once you hit the trigger, it spins. So we lost the handle. So once you hit this trigger, there's no variable speed. So I'm like, you know, if I got to do a shitload of holes, I'm not going to start messing with this because I'm going to lose the teeth again. So what I ended up happening was I found out to use a hammer drill. I'll get into that. So if you're interested in this grinder is phenomenal. Comes with 2 batteries. They're 5.0s. Comes with your shield. Of course, it comes with the wrench. Let me just get this back on so I don't lose it. There you go. Comes with the wrench. Comes with the charger. You know, dual charger. Instruction manual. And Uncle Bob. That's what it comes with. So that's the grinder. And the grinder is great. The grinder is great. We use it to clean off our piping when we're using our press system. We've used it extensively. It's a great grinder. But for what I was using that for, I mean, even the handle is very nice. It's got like a shock absorber here in the handle, in the front where it screws on. You can screw it both ways. So what I ended up finding was the 291520. I needed a hammer drill that can just spin. Most hammer drills hit and spin for, well, it's a rotary hammer. Hit and spin for the rotary style, and then just hit for the hammer style. So I found this puppy on, you know, I looked on Milwaukee's website, and actually Home Depot had it. It's brushless. And this thing will just spin. Now you can see here, you have the hit and spin, just hit. This is scrape. And then when you go all the way around to here, it just spins. It's got the little drill bit. This thing was 605. Well, I had a, it was like $5.99. But with this adapter, so this is an adapter kit for these drill bits. So it'll screw onto the adapter. Again, it's brought by from Ernie's Tools, and of course I ripped off it is the SDS Plus bit adapter for core drill. So you put that on, but before you do that, see, with this, you actually have to angle the drill like up or down to start the hole. Then as you go in, you straighten it. With this thing, you get a little Allen wrench. You get a drill adapter. So you get one just for a drill, which no drill really is going to, I mean, in my professional opinion, will actually do. So you lock in your center bit, but once you get used to these, you'll be able to do it without the center bit. So now the center bit comes through the middle, which gives you your first hole, then we'll guide this in. Then you take this and you lock it into your drill. Of course, I need my battery again. See how, look at that. you can vary the speed. You want the speed no less than, you don't want it no higher than 9,000 RPMs. That's what will melt these bits. It melts the weld on the bit. Again, never touch any bit without removing your battery. And then you just take off your SDS adapter. Now, I've been told that it's a hardened weld and hardened steel. We're going to test it this week coming up. We have the other side of the house to do. So hopefully this won't break and this won't melt. I doubt it's going to melt. I'm just skeptical about the weld here, because on SDS Max it's a heavier and harder bit. But I'm looking forward to messing with this thing. I want to see if that fits in there without taking it apart. Yeah, it's acceptable to go inside the box. So I have a pack-out box with the foam insert that I'll be putting this in. And we don't have to ever go bigger than that. Our 3/4 gas, our 3/4 water, and then I actually have a smaller bit for my electric. And then to put like communications cable through, it's just a small bit that I use to put in my communications cables. So, right there. All right, YouTube. I got a project coming up that I will be doing a video on. I'm building it's either going to be 8 or 10 foot by 12 inch wall unit with my television, fireplace, mantle, hearth, floating shelves for inside. I want to get it done before I'm going to do the shiplap, paint the whole living room. But we already started. That's pretty much, well, you can't see it, but the box is over here, and I got a whole load of boxes going to the storage facility. But yeah, I'll be doing a full video on that. So that's going to be, like multi-part video. And then I got some pretty cool tools that I'm going to show you next video. And they're woodworking tools, but they're for something, I needed something new to do because all I could do was sit. And I got into something that has to do with both modeling and woodworking. And guess in the comments, put down. So it has to do with modeling and woodworking. And it's something that I've been really like hemming and hawing to do. Never dropped the hammer on it to start it. Well, since I could just sit, I dropped the hammer, bought the product, watched videos, bought the tools, and started doing it. Now, it's hard. For a modeler for many years that I've been doing it and been doing woodworking, this is really hard to start. So it's practice. And I'll bring out what I'm building, and I'll bring out the tools and show you. Okay? All right. I'll have the stuff in the description, but you could just go right on Milwaukee, Home Depot, Tool Nuts website. You could find all of this product. Again, the air compressor, unbelievable. Like our tire was low, 80 pounds of air. Did it, boom, 1, 2, 3. We had a nail in it till we can get it fixed at the end of the week. We kept filling it. Every morning we came in, it was flat, put it on, less than a couple of minutes. We never really timed it, but I would say it was way less than 5 minutes. Boom, it was filled with 80 pounds of air. The grinder, phenomenal. Been using that for a long time. It's unbelievable. And then the light, great. As far as the hammer drill, we'll see. The bit, what else was there? Yeah, that's about it. All right, YouTube. Again, thank you for all the likes, comments, subscribes. Hit that notification button, throw in a comment, share the video. You all be safe out there, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.